Hey, what's up? It's me, LA, pronounced like LA, like the city. I'm not from there, but I'm breezy. Thank you for coming in. Today I will be making a reactionary/response video on The Breakfast Club when they interview Keyshia Cole. The specific topic for the video is Keyshia Cole on living life out loud. Sounds like a name of a TV show for me. Sounds like the name of a new TV show to me. Trusting love again, celebrating her career moves, and more. So I will be commentating while eating snacks. And what more can she say? Sounds like the title of an album. Wait for the delay. Hey, what's up? It's me, LA, pronounced like LA, like the city. I'm not from there, but I'm breezy. Thank you for coming in. I am back with Breakfast Club, Keyshia Cole Part 2. I've returned, and our wedding anniversary was so peaceful. Now nobody bothered us. It was very great. It was so nice to be detached from the realities of craziness. So our 10-year anniversary was great. Now back, and as I said I was going to do, I come up here and finish the part 2 of the interview. I am reviewing, for those of you who do not know, welcome in. My name is LA, pronounced like LA, like the city. I'm not from there, but I'm breezy, and I am going over the Breakfast Club Keyshia Cole on living life out loud, trusting love again, celebrating her career, and more. The icon is at the top of the screen, so you'll see specifically which video I'm talking about, because Keyshia Cole's been on Breakfast Club more than once, more than twice. This is the picture at the top, so you can follow along with me to ensure that you have the right interview on that I'm reviewing / listening to. The link below in the description will be down there too. I will be starting in like at the 9:15 mark, because I had to rewind back where I left off at. And I've realized I did a lot of talking in between, to which I'm doing now. Alright, I'm ready to get into it to see what else she has to say. I gotta fix this lighting. I think everything is alive, because before I push the start on here, the lighting was superb. And then when I pushed start, everything started aggravating me. Lights hurt my eyes. Now I'm moving this thing around, to which I won't be editing anything out. That's even better. Push play. 9:15 marker. So I'm wrapping up at the part where, she's talking with her mom, Frankie, and how her mom wanted to just be left alone and to live her life. That's where I closed off the last video. Keyshia Cole's just being real with the Breakfast Club party, talking about her final stages and final moments with her mom. Once again, her mom is thanking Keyshia Cole for being one of the only ones to basically treat her as a normal person, albeit the situation that her mom, Frankie, was involved with, which was street pharmaceuticals. There is some type of Priceline commercial, zero commercial I cannot skip. Kevin Ross. It's too many Rosses going around. Skip commercial. That song sounds like a remake. Next commercial. So I'm fast forwarding this a little bit so I can go forward in this. So Keyshia is asking her mom, are you sure there's anything that we can do? But her mom was to the point like, no, there's nothing that she can do. I'm happy where I'm at. So she let her have her peace. Let me fast forward now. I fast forwarded a little bit. We're in the 11-minute 24-second part. So she's talking about the topic of love for her kids, love, how she ways in love versus on how she loved her mom. She said her mom looked beautiful to her, and then how she loves her children. And Keyshia saying that she will basically hurt herself if it means to save her children. So there's like measures of love, how you value love. So that's cool. Keyshia Cole, this is my story. She said there was so much more she wanted to tell with that. There's a lot more I want to know about her, and I think this might be the right time to do it. Adjacent from her family, who she really wanted to help in the first show, So I wish her family worked everything out. That was one of my things too, to become successful and help my family. That's just one of the desires of my heart, but the majority of my family, they have not shown themselves fit to be able to, quote, cast pearls amongst swines. So why bother? So I feel like her. They say it's bittersweet. Well, there's nothing sweet about it. It's all bitter. So it's a lot of people I really wanted to help when I became successful. I just don't want to now because they haven't shown any signs of change. So now they're going down the timeline of like how she showed so much changes in reference to music from MC Hammer, and how when Keyshia Cole's audience, her audience is vast, from the young kids to the 60-year-old people. They're surfacing this particular point of topic around the song frame, love. That's one of her prominent songs that everyone likes. Like I said, when I was taking singing lessons, that was one of the songs I had to sing. And I'm saying that with no shade against Keyshia Cole, but I liked rock music, so I wanted to sing rock music. But these people who were instructing me were African American, and they tried to stuff me in the box of R&B, so I had to learn love. I roll. So now she's talking about the generations of people, 2 and 3 generations down, who are singing her songs now. She's referencing what Stevie Wonder told her, saying that, her music is what her parents... What she says, Stevie Wonder is referencing Keyshia Cole as with her music that is timeless, reference to like the love song, for example, that what she is today is how Stevie Wonder was for his time, how the songs resound through generation to generation. That's why they're talking about the song Love, because it's just so profound to the masses of people. And like she said, it's down 3 generations now, and the 3rd generation is singing it. What did Just Hilarious just say? Let me rewind it. So shouts outs to Stevie Wonder for giving Keyshia Cole her roses, because she was like blown back, like, what? Stevie Wonder told me that? Yeah, girl. Now that is a good question. That's a good question because I don't recall Charlamagne asking anybody this type of thing. So that's a great observation and acknowledgement. He asked Keyshia Cole something that's really a nice question and a compliment. He was like, so what do you think about you being the generational curse breaker? To which she is, albeit it don't seem like it, because she just said she wished her family, during the time they did that TV show, her goal was to have all of her family under one roof, to which she did. She wanted to take care of them, wanted everybody to live in one big family, to live as one, and to grow and evolve and mature and go off and be just as successful. They squandered all their opportunities, all their finances, everything went to their head. They got arrogant, got beside herself, started to disrespect her, wasn't showing any change, so she canceled the show because the show wasn't evolving, meaning the people weren't evolving. So having said that, I want to hear her answer on how she is going to say, or how I want to hear her answer to this, because Charlamagne just asked her, how do you feel about being the family of being the first to break all the generational curses? I wonder if she ever looked at it that way, since it seems like she kind of failed her family, but she didn't fail her family. Her family failed themselves because she gave them wonderful opportunities time after time, years after year, and they chose to still not take advantage of the situation and make it better. So let's see what she has to say. I'm about to push play again. Okay, so that's what they're talking about. Just hilarious is saying basically what I said. She wanted to make change. She wanted to stop having her family struggle and stuff like that. And that's just with the just hilarious is saying the same thing. So Keyshia Cole is like, what, really? She don't even think she didn't even process it, because she said there's so much work to her personally that has to be done. That was her dream, to have all her family and friends live under one roof in one big house. That's why she got it. And she said it didn't happen. And she said it took a long time for her, to bury her mom, because her mom's dream before she passed was to have everybody come together. She wants her family to get along, and it didn't happen. And so she's going into talk about how it made her mad. And she doesn't agree that the curse has been broken in her eyes, because still to this day, her family has not gotten together or even shown any signs of effort, which has happened in my family currently. It's a lonely walk, and it seems like there's only one in the bunch who's born out of the batch who really put forth the effort to try to do those things, but the results are still the same. Only a handful will come out of the herd, or none at all. And so she's basically saying, she pretty much washed her hands of it, and it's like, you can only lead a horse to water. Gotta wrap it up. So she hasn't even given them access to her contact information. She's talking about, you can change, but it has to be shown over time, which is true. She's talking about now, based on the reflection of herself, she is not who she used to be, wilding out, but now over time she saw an evolution of change. And that's what basically what true repentance is in the religious sector, how they say, forgiveness and showing changes to show signs of change over a said course of time. It's an overtime thing. So it goes into what I was saying. Her family hasn't shown that, so she just had to move forward. She wished it could have been what she wanted it to be, but it didn't happen. But I'm happy that she had the opportunity to even give it a try, because let the record be known that she did put forth an effort, and there's no way in Hades that people can punch their hands to the universe, punch their hands and point to the Lord and be like, I needed an opportunity. You didn't give me an opportunity. You're like, I did, through your family member, Keyshia Cole, but you rejected the help. And she tried over years. So they missed their opportunity. And they may not ever get that again. And so she was saying how it was received as if she came across as ungrateful and not appreciated the moment. So she's just talking about how she was mistaken, but that was the layer of it, because she was just upset that not one person wanted to get their life together. So it was like, oh, I still gotta finish this stupid show. During verses, I'm listening to this. Okay, let me pause it. So now they're talking about not just hilarious, Lauren is bringing up a situation with Versus with Ashanti and Keyshia Cole. She was saying that they think it was stage beef, kind of like with Brandy and Monica the Boy Is Mine. They wanted to pit two girls together, but unfortunately, as time passed, they actually started really fighting amongst each other. So she's wanting to ask Keyshia Cole whether or not was that situation kind of like a The Boy Is Mine situation where they want to have some controversy and some buzz going just for the sake to get people to watch, or did this really happen where it was time for Ashanti's turn to sing on Versus, but Keyshia Cole pretty much overstepped and kept singing. She wanted to know what was up with that. So let me rewind it back a little bit to see what happened, because I did hear about that. Dang, Versus seemed like it's about 7 years ago now. It seems so long ago. So, allegedly arguing over whose turn it was. We're about to see. Hang on. So she's trying to remember that. Keyshia Cole's trying to remember the moment. She's just saying basically it's too bad, because it don't seem like it was that way. People could probably just have been reaching. And though she could be playing this safe, she said she basically don't remember that, but she likes Ashanti, and shout out to Ashanti. And then Just Hilarious with herself asks, well, do you guys still talk after the show? And a quick response from Keyshia Cole was like, no. So, dun. I think it was some truth to that. Because if Ashanti is such a great girl to her, why aren't they keeping the communications open, since Ashanti just went on this tangent about wanting to bring people together? Just Hilarious. Great investigational work right there. I think they're going to put a bump in your check after this interview. But I like that they didn't just, out of respect, they didn't try to probe. Because usually that would be a moment where the guys would be like, hold on now. They'll put on their detective hats and they'll really stir the pot. So I think that's cool, because Charlemagne and the other guy, I'd be forgetting his name, y'all. Y'all know what I'm talking about. That would use that opportunity to stir the pot, to get views for controversy. But with Keyshia Cole, they did not do that. So without saying it, they really respect her. Because if it was anybody else, this whole interview, after it came out May 29, 2025, it would have just been some more drama in the streets. So they didn't even address that. So that's saying a lot too. That's saying a lot. They would have picked that moment apart. And so kudos to y'all, Breakfast Club, for not just leaving well enough alone, because the girl done went through enough. And through this interview, as poised and media trained as she is, you can still tell she is so tired. So she just want to get on with the new part of her life. And I'm looking forward to it. Is she supposed to have a TV show or not? They're talking about her songs. And she said she wrote most of them. A great portion of them. So they're going down the list of the popular songs. The I Should Have Cheated song. The one I made a tease about, where she like, I might as well have. She didn't write that, but she said she felt the song. Something like that. Oh my gosh, I'm not even going to acknowledge that. She out here shouting out numbers. Jess is really doing great answering the questions. It's like as if she is a musical person. I have a lot of stuff I want to say, man, because all I can say is it seemed like Jess Hilarious is like probably related to MC Lyte. Now I'm gonna leave it at that, because there's a whole other video I want to make. But she's been asking a lot of good musical questions, like she did her studying and research. Either that, or she's just a true fan of everybody that comes on in reference to music that are females, or it's just really cool. She's asking a lot of good questions, and she really seems sincere about it. She's pulling out stuff that the guys aren't able to. Being that these guys have been interviewing for like 25,000 years, that's something that they would want to do. But I like, at least it shows that they're giving Just Hilarious the opportunity to show that despite the things they're saying, like the negative things they're saying, she can bring something more to the table, and she's not dumb. So I'm very thankful they're actually giving her a chance to shine. Okay, so she's not ready to move on yet. She don't know she's going to wow. So they're talking, they're probing into her love life now. She's no longer with the guy she was married to, but open to the possibilities of, finding love again. So that's a good thing, because in the first part of this, she said she wants another child, so she wants to do it right. Yeah, it's going to take a little time. They're misunderstanding what she's saying. So she's making it clear that she's not the type that falls in love fast, but she loves love. How do you not love love? You're crazy if you don't. Right, so that was a good segue. Here come these commercials I cannot skip, y'all. Now, the way they advertise the alcoholic beverage is misleading, because it looked like a bottle of water. Help the children, help the children, help the children, help the children, because that looked like a bottle of water. Help the children with this alcohol. Okay, the commercial is over. So Lauren is asking her about a tattoo and wondering if there's a specific tattoo with someone's name on it. She's not ready to get rid of it yet. So she don't feel it's necessary yet, because she's not in the that's fair. She's not in a relationship where she's that interested into a particular person to even take the time to get rid of it. But when and if that opportunity comes, she'll remove it. I get it. So what is she getting ready for? Let me look through here and see if they have anything else to say. Did I miss anything? Pickup truck. So she can run people over. She asked her if she has a pickup truck. Pull up in the pickup truck to go beat up people. That's funny. They're silly. They're talking about imagining driving, and just hilarious, driving in a F1 pickup truck with the baby in the back of the car, going to confront somebody who start messing with it. That would be funny. That's funny. So once again, it continues on. She's saying she knows the signs when some people, when people really do care about you and when they don't. So quite for sure, she's really learned her lesson over the years of the course of finding love and trying to mend her family together. Seems like she struck out a lot, right? So it seems, but the fact of the matter is, collectively, she extended her hand to people, her family, and past relationships, and they came to an end. So shouts out for trying to do all the things on her list that she wanted to do, get married, have kids, and have all her family live under one roof. She said it didn't happen because we saw that play out on the TV show, but I'm glad she was able to have the opportunity to at least try. Oh, let me rewind it because she's asking for clarification for something. Hang on. So this is a pretty good interview, scratching the surface of what's more to come. I hope she expresses to us other things that she's got going. Has there ever been a point where you had to be reminded of who you are? Wow. She's trying to ask for clarification right now. Because Just Hilarious just asked her that and they paraphrased it. So they're like, do Keyshia have to be reminded of, like, do she know her worth or know who she really is? And she's asking them to dive deeper into that question, to expound more beyond the surface level of you gotta know your worth. She wants them to deeply explain that. So Charlamagne is saying, well, he means like silencing the noise of what people say, like of he say, she say, rumors that are not true but have given so much life that it shapes you into be something that you are not. So they're asking about that, or surrounding her relationship, i.e., like they might say she's making bad choices and the guys that she's selected to date with or have babies by, those types of narratives based upon her choices. They're saying that she's not a person who makes good choices in life, and that's that, and that's all. So she's answering the question right now because she's saying, basically she gets it, so she's kicking back the answer based on the choices of the guys that she's been with who are making bad choices. It reflects bad on her because it makes it seem like she don't know her worth. And that's a whole lot to unpack because I know what she's saying, so she's breaking it down to them. Basically, the guy she picked, come to find out he's not making good choices, so it's going to be a reflection on her. And so it's coming across that she don't know how to choose. But it seems as though it's not necessarily she don't know how to choose. It's just that when life is lifing and you got a lot of stuff going on, you're going to, quote, miss the signs, and he just did a good job hiding. So how do you separate yourself from life experiences, bad choices, or how the people you chose to attach yourself with, how their choices put a stigma on your identity? That was a loaded question, but I like how she repackaged it to reshape it to give a deeper answer opposed to the surface level. Be yourself. What do you mean by be yourself? Everybody's saying that. What's the deeper meaning behind being yourself? Not like, I like to wear hair weaves, so I'm being myself. No, the meat and potatoes, the stuff that matters when you don't wear hair weaves. The meat and potatoes of it all. So I like the question. So she thought, remembering who you are, she says, is when you truly love someone. And that means to be able to express who you really are as if you did not have money, not relying on wealth, status, fame, or the fact that she's being Keyshia Cole, to finally really show who you really are, be it family or friends or, husband or wife. So basically not losing yourself. They say money changes you and all that stuff. So just having a true center, basically. So she answered the question. I would like for her to have gotten more in depth with that, but perhaps she's saving it for a book or a TV show. I still want to know more about her on this chapter of her life, since she's done trying to save everybody. I do want to know who she is now after, all those attempts of trying to get the thing she wanted. So bottom line is, the Breakfast Club people are saying they just really want her to be happy. And that's true for that. I believe that too, because I don't want her to be another Mary J. Blige story. Mary J. Blige don't never seem to be happy. She seems stuck. And I'm here with her because she never seems happy. But she's holding a lot of weight. They just acknowledged her for being the first to break all these BS generational curses and going through the things. Seemed like she was the only maturest person out of all the people in the family. That's a lot of weight. But real ones know that because they share the same weight. So kudos to Keyshia Cole. But I do want the next half of her life to be a lot more peaceful. And so now they're talking about, reflection of how she reacts or receives from the audience when they sing her songs word for word. This is a good interview. I like that they're being careful with her. So now she's talking about the fans. Let me see here what she's saying. Wait a minute. So she's mentioning Dolce. What did she wear at the Super Bowl? Wait a minute, let me rewind that. So did Dolce wear a Keyshia Cole inspired outfit to the Super Bowl? Let me see. Okay. So basically she's talking about like how she said it seems like her biggest fans seem to come out and pick at her. Kind of like a backhanded compliment. So knowing the difference between your biggest fans are going to be the ones, or at least for her, are going to give you the backhanded compliments. If you do something first, don't be surprised years later the next generation do the same thing you do but get more praise for it. You know, to make you feel some type of way. What else is she saying about herself? What are they talking about? I'm not even gonna acknowledge that. Y'all hear that part at the 33:58 second mark. Now they're talking about Rapper the Baby and his uniform or outfit he used to wear, the diaper he used to wear. That was crazy. I thought it was a joke. I didn't even think that was a real person. Ridiculous. Man, that was ridiculous. I do remember that. So that's what they're talking about right now. He said it was the pamper was padded. Well, shoot, it looked like a diaper quail, man. Wear underwear outside of your shorts. Y'all remember Quail Man from the... This interview was almost over because they're getting silly again, which is good. Ended in a lighthearted moment. I'm waiting for this commercial to see so I can skip it. Skip it. Remember that game? I wanted to skip it, but I was worried because it required coordination, and I just knew I was probably going to trip over it and bust my front teeth out, so I didn't buy it. What? Who told her that nobody wants her or cares for her? That's hateration right there, and I can understand the hateration. I think guys probably hate on her like they hate on Maya, you know. So that says a lot because they do know their worth in essence to knowing how to say no. Once they find their voice, they find themselves, they'll become a bitch when you say no or not going to tolerate the bull. When you start sniffing it out, you're quick to cut it off because you don't want it to continue. To protect yourself, but they'll misinterpret it as you're not nice, not easy to engage with, so it'll paint this thing over you to say that she's not easy to work with, so that's not cool neither. So that's some other things she has to deal with too, far as being true to self. You're gonna get painted in a light that's not true based on how people will receive you for, quote, having boundaries. Once you learn more about yourself, when you have boundaries, you're going to say a lot more no's than a lot yeses. So here's the Ashanti had a baby thing that we talked about in the Ashanti interview. She thought that Ashanti had a baby, so she was like, congratulations. So they're clearing that up. But yo, I thought she was on baby number 2 too. I thought that. This might be one of those situations where that wasn't supposed to get out. I wanted to keep this so private, Nelly. I've really thought that too. So we'll see this time next year if a baby just magically appear. Cause I thought she was pregnant again too. So they're um oh, what in the Michael Jackson? Charlamagne asks Keyshia Cole, so in reference to coming into fame, what has fame taken from you by way of like your childhood? I'm like, dog. Now she did get famous when she was 5. But I think she started getting notarization. Did I say that right? Notarization. I think if I can remember, like at 12, so I get it. But she said it didn't take anything away. So she said she was 21 when she actually made it, so she lived her childhood. So it didn't happen that way, So between the time of being a child and transitioning to being a teen, tween, young adult, and realizing she wanted to make it, she didn't actually make it till she was 21. So she successfully had time to participate in her childhood years, because by the time she actually made it, according to her, she was in her 20s, so the childhood phase was over anyway. So no Michael Jackson. She likes Glorilla. Yeah, because they were on the BET Awards. I thought they did good. Minus the chapless pantsuit. Everything was flawless about the show. But yeah, I do like Glorilla simply because she seems like a down-to-earth person in real life. I know what she's rapping about, but I'm talking about remove all that bull. She just seems like a down-to-earth person. And I can only say that because, when she first started out, Glorilla, she was a down-to-earth person then when she made FNF. And she still seems to be the same way today. Wait a minute, let me rewind. What question they just slip in before they talk about something? We're done with the interview? Hold on. What? I don't understand what they were asking about in reference to the question, but it seemed like it was a personal inside joke in reference to her performance, because she pretended to turn the microphone off, so they didn't answer the question. That was funny. Like all of a sudden I've lost my voice. Oh, he asked her how many toxic relationships has she been in. So 7 years and 3 months since her last album. Lauren LaRosa threw in. They're waiting for her to come up with something else. So they're celebrating her 20 years of success. What's coming on? Hold on. The Way It Is 20th anniversary tour, celebrating her being in this music world for 20 years. It seems like more to us because I think at one time she shared with us her backstory. I was able to catch that interview and I'm trying to find it. It was good. So it seems like to me she's been with us longer than 20 years because her backstory was so fulfilling. At least to me, it seemed like she's been around for at least 30. So congratulations nonetheless on that. And she is getting ready to have a new album. This is great. I want to hear more from her, and I want to hear more from Ashanti. I'm very curious to see them in this life now, based on learning all the harsh realities of life in the music industry and so on and so forth. Oh wow! Today's July 12th, and the interview was like, "You're gonna be in New York on July 12th." That's right. She's like, "Yeah, yes, sir. July 12th, we off skis. This is dope." So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I am still keeping current with the times. Keyshia Cole, if y'all are there in New York, she will be there outside. Like Cardi B said, she gon' Cardi B said she outside again. We're not gonna go there. Keyshia Cole is outside, ladies and gentlemen, in New York City today on July 12th is too many J's in this year. Shouts out to the when I go live, I actually have a follower who comes in every once in a while who lives in New York, who gives us updates on what's going on in New York. So once I get back on live stream, if you see this, shouts out to you. And thank you for coming into the live stream, giving us updates on what's going on in New York City, because it's nice to have some boots on the ground to give us a real live bird's eye visual view of what's going on in New York. I'm always going to have questions about New York and what's going on from restaurants they have, or how's the traffic going today. So shouts out to New York City too. My name is LA, pronounced like LA, like the city. I'm not from there, but I'm breezy. Breakfast Club, y'all did a good job, and I'm really happy, just hilarious, that you're strengthening up your radio skills. Happy that you're getting stronger in that, because people have really been dogging you for almost a year and a half, and I'm glad you stood through the test of time and didn't quit your job or buckle under the pressure. You're really starting to shine, and congratulations on being a mom, because you actually seem authentically happy to be that. So that's another positive thing I'm pulling from this interview. Once again, shout out Keyshia Cole. I'm really looking forward to hearing more about you. And I don't have any of your albums. No, it's no shade at all. I just don't. But this one in particular, I'm willing to buy, because you're showing us more of you, because you're detached from all the negative people, like your family. They put you through the ringer from that TV show. If that was a good show, I know how it is when it's hard to separate yourself from toxic family. It can wear you out. So congratulations. It's nice, because you're basically, girl, you're reintroducing us to you. So I would like to pick up the album to see where you at now. Y'all have a good day, and I look forward to making another video, and see you next video. Okay, bye.